Hello, my name is Rainer Hanekamp. This is News with the latest updates from the Angular community every week. Angular 21 is out and 3 new features stand out. It's Angular Aria, Vitest as the new stable testing framework, and the star highlight Signal Forms. With Signal Forms, we have now finally a unified forms module, which is also the successor to the template-driven and reactive forms. Of course, the old ones are not deprecated, they will still stay. As the name implies, everything, almost everything, in a signal form is a signal. Be it the field, the value, the status, the errors, etc. Signal forms are very simple. You take a signal that contains an object literal, which becomes the model that gets written into. You call the form function, pass the model as the first argument, and use the second argument to define all your validation rules. In the template, you write regular HTML. There is only one directive you need to add, field. You attach it to your form fields and that's basically it. There is no hidden magic anymore. Unlike the old form modules, there are no directives which are automatically added to the form tag, to the input tags, and even to some HTML attributes. It's just a field and the rest is pure HTML. That also means that you have to be careful and you have to manually cancel the submit event in a form so that the browser doesn't get reloaded. Signal forms are released in an experimental status. There is a trend away from fully designed UI components towards more smaller, minimal building blocks. So you have a solid foundation where you can then add your own design on top. In a way, that's what Angular Aria is all about. But it takes this concept to the extreme. It gives you only the accessibility layer and everything else is completely up to you. Of course, Angular Material and the CDK are still available, but they are much more opinionated in terms of the styling. Vitest is the new and the stable testing framework. Just to be clear, if you run ng-new, you are getting Vitest per default. If you run ng-update, then you would still stay with your old testing framework, but there are experimental migration scripts available that can help you to migrate from Jasmine to Vitest. The APIs of Jasmine and Vitest are similar. The main differences show up in mocking and in handling time. Jasmine has spice, while Vitest uses Vitest-FN. Jasmine uses a clock, while Vitest has fake timers. So there are similar concepts, but realistically speaking, you have to manually migrate your tests. Vitest is wrapped by the Angular CLI. It means not every config option, plugin, tool, or IDE integration will work. If in doubt, check the Angular docs to see what is supported. It is also worth mentioning that fake async and wait for async don't work anymore. Instead, you need to use the fake timers or expect poll. If you want to have the full Vitest experience, then you should go to the Analog.js plugin, which is also the same thing that NX is doing. Furthermore, resources are still experimental and the Angular MCP server also got new features. There is a lot of community content out there, especially for Signal Forms, but your first stop should be the official Angular blog. And be sure to check out the Angular 21 release video, where the team presents the new features in the style of a classic video game that looks a bit like Mario Land 3. The main difference is that you will not see Mario, but Mark Thompson. That's it. I wish you a nice week. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.